Go right ahead, please.
Okay. Good morning, class. Can everyone sit in a semicircle for me? Oh. Hello, I'm Miss King, and today I'll be your physical education teacher. And my signal for attention is my voice. When you hear my voice, I need you to stop what you're doing and look at me. Now, the first thing we're going to work on is the downward dog. We did it last class, but we're going to review it. So our toes are going to be flat on the floor, just like this. Our arms are going to extend out in front of us. We're going to raise our hips all the way up to the ceiling. And then we're going to look right back at our toes and hold it. And when you do that, really focus on your breathing and emphasize it, because that will help you perform it better from the other way. Toes on the mat, arms in front, hips up, and looking back. Now, everyone's gonna go find a mat. Be careful when you step on it, because they're very slippery. And everyone's gonna do it for 10 times, and I'm gonna walk around and correct everyone. So, go find a mat.
You okay? Okay. All right, cool. So we're
going to start on the floor with our toes on the mat. We're going to put our arms out in front, all the way out in front. Raise your hips all the way up to the ceiling and look back at your toes. And hold that pose for about 4 to 5 seconds. Make sure you really feel the stretch in your legs. Perfect. Good job.
Yeah.
If you're struggling with this, you could have your knees bent a little. They don't have to be so straight. You could go whatever point you feel comfortable in. But try to get those hips up.
When you put your feet like more flat, it stretches your hamstrings.
Yeah. So when your toes are flat on the floor, you're really going to feel it. And if that's too much, you could keep your legs bent.
Thanks.
Of course. Your heels are going to be raised up. Perfect. Try to get your hips a little more higher, if you can.
This is gonna be good for your gymnastics.
Make sure if you could keep your knees bent so that you don't feel it as much in your hamstrings. Okay, everyone stop. Can you guys bring it back into the semicircle? The next pose we're going to work on is called the tree pose. So it's going to look like this. I'll show you from this side. So we're going to start standing nice and tall. Take nice deep breaths, chest up and big. Your arms are going to go up together. Then your leg, you're going to make your leg into the shape of a 4. So you're going to bring one foot and place it on the inside of the other knee. And then you're just going to hold that in balance, just like that. And while you're balancing, really focus on your breathing. That'll help you keep your balance. Maybe pick out a spot on the floor just to stare at, so you could work on your balance so that you don't lose control. So we're going to do that for a couple times. So everyone could go back to their mats, and when you hold it for about 4 to 5 seconds.
Can you drink some water, please?
Yes.
Oh, there's more.
So arms up together, foot up next to the inside of your knee, and just hold and breathe in and out. Great form. Maybe just try to stare at this line right here, and that'll help you your balance. Perfect. Make sure your hands are nice and high. And if this is a little hard for you, you don't have to bring your foot as high up. You could keep it a little lower. Maybe that'll help balance. And if this is too easy for you, you could bring it either higher or try to hold the pose longer. Good job. Make sure your hands are together. Perfect. Maybe try to just like keep your leg a little lower. Make sure your hands are together, nice and high. Perfect. Okay. Okay, ready? We're gonna do it together as a class now. Arms up, legs together, breathe in and out. Great, good job. Can everyone bring it back into the semicircle, please? Okay, the next pose that we're gonna do is called the Warrior One pose. So we're gonna lunge out in front of us with our right foot, and our back leg is gonna be extended, and our arms are just gonna go straight up. And we're just gonna hold like that. Now we'll switch legs. Just like that. Okay, everyone can go back to their mats and try this. Make sure you really feel it in your quad and your hamstrings when you lunge. And your arms are just gonna go straight up in the air. Good. And this is the time to really work on your breathing, in and out. Try to get more of a lunge if you can. There you go. Make sure your front foot is pointed with your toes straight. And you could switch legs too. Make sure your back foot, like, your both toes are straight. Yeah. Make sure your back foot, like, both feet are gonna be pointed straight. Yep, perfect. With your back foot, just make sure it's straight too. Perfect. Okay, let's do this as a class now. So we'll start with our right foot lunging out in front of us. Ooh, careful, mats are slippery. And let's breathe in and out. In and out. And the other side. In and out. In and out. Now we're gonna put all three of those together and do it in a row. So remember, the first one's the downward dog. So toes flat, arms out in front, hips up, and look back at your toes. Make sure you really raise your hips to the ceiling. That'll help you feel the stretch even more. Make sure your heels are lifted from the ground. Perfect. Next one is the tree pose. So we'll stand nice and tall, take a deep breath. Arms up. Make our leg into a 4. And we're gonna balance. Breathe in and out. In and out. Okay? Now, Warrior One pose. So we'll lunge. Arms up. And breathe in and out. Frank, just make sure your back foot is pointing straight towards me. Let's switch legs. Breathe in and out.